Salman Anis Soz, political and social activist. Nizamuddin Bhatt Saab of the PDP. General Jaswal, former army commander, Northern Command. And Ashok Pandit, a proud Kashmiri and a filmmaker and a social activist. Thank you very much, gentlemen. General Jaswal, isn't it quite sad that the Chief Minister was nowhere there? In fact, the entire senior political class was not there at the wreath-laying ceremony of these 5 martyrs.
It is indeed very, very sad because if in case the Chief Minister had previous engagements which he couldn't have cancelled, quite possible, at least his senior ministers should have come and at least been present for the wreath-laying ceremony. And I think that absence was very conspicuous and it was not warranted. This was a sensational attack where we lost 5 people. And I think these people, you should understand, they come from all over the country, they come to a state, die for the state, and the state does not recognize. Hello?
Go on, sir.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, General.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah. They come from all over the country to die in this state, to bring in a conducive environment, and once they sacrifice themselves, senior politicians over there or senior administrative functionaries don't make it convenient to come and at least pay a wreath at the wreath-laying ceremony.
Totally. I think the saddest part is, General, that Omar Abdullah is forced almost later, Ashok Pandit. He seems to have been forced. When he starts getting criticized by the media, he's forced to make a rushed appearance at the airport. Many people feel rather than be forced, don't go. But that's an insult that you chose not to go and you rushed to the airport only to save your face.
Media made him guilty, made him feel guilty. That, he should have been there. One thing is very important, Arnab, for our politicians to understand, especially the state government and people who are ruling in Delhi, that if Omar Abdullah is alive, he's alive only because of this Jawan. If the Prime Minister is alive, he's alive only because of this Jawan who has died. If the President of this India, if this nation is alive, is only because of this Jawan who has died. It is very important.
If all of us, I would say, the point you are making here is that these Jawans are sacrificing their lives for the entire country.
Your borders are protected.
Yeah.
And what is more shameful today for the state chief minister is that he passed an order saying that they should move around with lathis. If Omar Abdullah can move around openly without the security in the state, then he should have said that CRPF Jawans should have moved with lathi. You cannot fight a terrorist with lathi. You cannot fight a gun with lathi. What kind of nation are we living in and what kind of country we are living in, Arnab? It's shameful. Look at those families, they're crying, they're weeping. Look at this wife, the wife of the Jawan who's weeping. How long are we going to see the families crying? How long are we going to see the dead bodies coming back into Delhi, into their homes? Are we so attuned or are we so used to seeing dead bodies and people of the families crying? Or are we we have become so insensitive that we have no, it doesn't affect us? Our Home Minister today was laughing in the Parliament. He was saying in 1993, I went with Rahul Gandhi and had ice cream in Lal Chowk. What does this mean?
What's the relevance of
What is the relevance? What does it mean to say there is no seriousness in the Parliament? If our Parliament is not serious about a Jawan, today for the first time you have seen that this ordinary Jawans spoke against the system. It has never happened.
Can I ask you, Nizamuddin Bhatt, a simple question? Who was there from the PDP today at the wreath-laying ceremony?
Yeah. You see, it is the protocol of the state government.
Protocol.
It is their obligation. We have already condemned the incident, and our heart goes to bereaved families. That was what we actually were desired to do, and we have done our job. We feel for them. As an opposition party, I am with you. I am with you to lay the onus on the Chief Minister that he should have fulfilled his protocol.
Sir, if a Jawan dies, if a Jawan is killed in a Fidaian attack, is it not the duty of the opposition party, who is also a part and parcel of the system of the state, to not bother about protocols? It's the death of a Jawan who's protecting you, who's seeing to that you're alive, to go on their own.
Nizamuddin Bhatt, reply please.
What protocols are we talking about?
Don't trust anything. Whatever one could do, anybody in India, beyond a chief minister, whose protocol it is to be part of a function, part of a ceremony.
It's not a function.
Replaying ceremony.
It's not a ceremony. It's not a function. It's a condolence.
It's his obligation. But
Sir, it's not an event.
Anybody at a distance is under an obligation to mourn and express condolence.
No, but Mr. Bhatt,
and also
Mr. Bhatt,
whatever that of condemning.
Mr. Bhatt, my question is, I hope not, but I get a sense. I thought today that all of Kashmir's political leaders would line up outside to pay their respects, because these people came from Tamil Nadu, from Jharkhand, from Madhya Pradesh, left their families, these young men. They died fighting the terrorists who have been sent from Pakistan. Is it politically risky today? Salman Soz, is it politically risky? Is it politically risky to honor martyrs?
Or a home minister.
Yes, Salman.
Can I say something?
Yes, Salman.
Okay. First of all, I think as a citizen, I do feel that the Chief Minister should have gone. Perhaps because of the volatile situation out here, he was not able to, but he would be best placed to answer this question. And the rest of the political leadership as well. This question can be posed to them.
Why didn't they go?
Because let's face it, I mean...
Why didn't they go?
Let's face it, I mean... Can I just say a few words, and then you can question me more. Our political leadership is also protected by CRPF Jawans and members of the J&K police. So I think they should certainly answer these questions. Is it politically risky? I can tell you that look at me. I mean, I'm a Kashmiri. I can tell you that what I see out here. People out here, we're not animals out here. We feel death here. So these 5 members who were slain yesterday, we know how tragic it is for their families, those who have been left behind, kids, mothers.
Why did nobody go for the? Why did the Chief Minister? Salman, please tell me why did the Chief Minister skip the wreath-laying ceremony? A very focused point today. There has to be a reason. I want to know what you think is the reason. Don't dodge it by saying you should ask him.
I'm not dodging. I'm not dodging anything, Arnab. I'm just saying that he is best placed to answer this question. Maybe there is there was a major emergency. Who knows? I have no idea. You should ask him. But I'm just saying that people...
And no senior minister of the state government?
Because we have death here too. Every day we have,
I am asking here today that, the Chief Minister is the constitutional head of the state and represents the people and their sentiments. And therefore, I'm not asking for too much. These are people who have voluntarily gone and they're not people who have been shot. They're sitting ducks out there. And when your chief minister can cry in the assembly or other issues, when he can debate Afzal Guru for 2 to 3 days non-stop and witness, this tamasha in the assembly, why is there no resolution today, a strong discussion on the manner in which these martyrs were killed and whether they should be allowed to be sitting ducks?
I have a reason. I know why.
I think... question about whether this is politically risky.
Yeah.
Being a human being, being a decent person can never be politically risky. Never. And the right thing to do was for this political leadership to pay their respects. And by the way, Arnab, and might I add, that where is the political leadership of the rest of the country? Why are they not kind of crying hoarse about what is happening here when people are dying here too?
I think
just as these 5 men
one second. No, don't. I'm not here. No, one second. The fact is
that this is also
no, it's not. No, it's not, because RPN Singh.
Is it not relevant?
RPN Singh. Yeah, because if actually it's RPN Singh represented the central government and was there at the airport when the wreath-laying ceremony happened. The chief minister was not there. As far as I know, so understand.
I want to invite you, Arnab. If you might just give me 1 minute, think about it. I want us to close this divide between the people of Kashmir and the rest of the country. I invite you, Arnab.
There is no
There is no
divide.
divide.
Come to my
There
home.
is no divide. Ashok, there is no divide.
There is no divide. There is no divide.
talk about those
No,
stories
no,
as
there is
well.
no divide. There is no divide. The divide is only between the terrorists and the rest of the nation. And if you are supporting the terrorists, then there is a divide. There is no divide between the nation and Kashmir as concerned.
Can I say
and if you are talking about people who are dying, if the people are on the streets with the guns in their hands, attacking your people,
Can I say one thing? There is no divide. One sec, Salman. The response to your point is we grieve. The entire nation grieves for the youth who was killed in Baramulla. We grieve for the manner in which that young man died in Baramulla. Every innocent Kashmiri who becomes a casualty to this violence must be grieved, and that must not happen. And the people of this country must stand. And I say here today in front of General Jaswal, the Indian Army must learn to be more sensitive to the people of Kashmir. But the people of Kashmir must realize, shouldn't they, General Jaswal, where the problem is coming from? I mean, the Indian Army doesn't want to be stationed there forever. It's because of the problem from Pakistan. General Jaswal.
I'll tell you. You see, first of all, I appreciate and I'm really touched by the statement of Mr. Soz.
Yes.
That his heart goes to these families.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, the 5 martyrs. But I would like to know, why hasn't there been any procession in favor of this sensational killing, Fadayan attack on our soldiers? If in case genuinely he's also a politician, he felt so, I'm sure he could have mustered people and carried them. Agitating against the Fadayan attack, why not? Well, he can talk about other things and he must show sympathy for others. Please, no, just a minute. Now, as far as the army is concerned, let me tell you, please, no, Soz, I don't like that comment and that smirk on your face. This is not the way. I'm talking with a lot of responsibility, and let's talk like gentlemen.
There is no smirk.
No, you can't keep, sorry.
There is no smirk on my face.
Let him complete, sir.
No, I heard it.
There is debate about people dying.
Just a minute.
Yeah, sure.
There is no smirk.
Okay, continue,
exactly. They're dying, and if in case, if you have sentiment for these soldiers, I would have felt extremely happy. I would have come and saluted you had there been a procession in favor of these martyrs. Now, as far as the army is concerned, let me tell you, there is no divide. There are certain people only whom Pakistanis and our separatists have achieved, on whom these people have achieved psychological dislocation, and they keep saying this. Let me tell you, outside, you go to the interiors, the people actually worship the army. The amount of work army has done, I think I'm fully clear, and people should be aware of it. Let's not say that the people of the green uniform or the security forces are here to kill. The often used statement, occupation army. Please understand, they come here, they sacrifice themselves.
But General Jaswal, I want to come back. I want to reiterate again and again. It is not army versus people of Kashmir. I really, honestly think there's one point that I'm making this point repeatedly, that, you know, of course, army outreach sensitize. The hurt of the people of Kashmir has to be stopped, but that hurt will be stopped when the 4,000 terrorists from Pakistan stop trying to sneak in. My question to Nizamuddin Bhatt is this, sir. Tell me, an adjournment motion in your assembly on the killing of the CRPF personnel is disallowed, right? It is not allowed. But an adjournment motion on Afzal Guru is moved by both the National Conference and the PDP. How is this possible,
it's
sir?
It's our right to move an adjournment motion, whether by BJP or by PDP. In our case, we were not there in the assembly today when this incident had happened. Earlier, the Afzal Guru's case was there, yes. We moved an adjournment motion.
So you care more for Afzal Guru than for the CRPF Jawans?
You will recognize the commotion and restlessness in the state that was as a fallout of Afzal Guru's hanging. Again, in the aftermath of July, once curfew has been laid, had we been there, we would also move another adjournment motion to discuss the entire situation.
Sir, I'm telling you today, sir, I'm telling you today. Mr. Nizamuddin Bhatt, listen to me, sir.
Men in uniform and men without uniform.
Mr. Bhatt.
Jammu and Kashmir state, which is suffering Who is responsible? Tell me,
Mr. Bhatt, can I ask you one thing?
Who is responsible?
I'm asking you one. I'm asking you one.
Creating such a situation.
No, Afzal, one second.
Taking us to such a hell.
Mr. Bhatt, out of 13 sittings, out of 13 sittings of your assembly in this session, 10 sittings are devoted and disrupted due to the Afzal Guru issue. Total grants of 2 ministries have been passed in 6 minutes of around 14,016 crores without any discussion. The budget in Jammu and Kashmir has not been discussed in the assembly.
That's the situation like.
You only want to discuss Afzal Guru. Why?
Do you want us to be silent? Do you want us to be silent?
So discuss development for the people of Kashmir. Afzal Guru is not a development icon.
Our credentials, every time in question, we were there for 9 years to prove that India is a larger democracy. It can give us a better future, better dignity and honor. And you have failed us. You have failed us. These Fidayeen attacks. Who has created such a situation?
Pakistan.
Giving reason for everyone to intervene.
Pakistan.
Giving reason for everyone to intervene.
Pakistan.
When you talk of a government, whether in New Delhi or in Jammu and Kashmir state, they have failed everyone. They have failed you. They have failed Indian state. They have failed Indian people. They have failed us.
No, who's failed you? I want to ask, who has failed you? Name the people who were saying failed you.
The New Delhi's attitude.
No, you have failed yourself.
Okay,
sir, you have failed yourself. You have encouraged terrorism in Kashmir. You have given birth to terrorism in Kashmir. You have invited terrorism in Kashmir.
Come down to Kashmir society.
Sir, I want to say, sir, please, I say, request you. I request you, gentlemen.
Where thousands have laid their lives.
Yes,
whether from
last word to
security
Salman.
forces or from innocent civilians.
Last word to Salman Soz.
There are enough martyrs graveyards there.
Salman Soz. Mr. Soz's intervention.
Can I just say that we are always shouting over each other, but we're not talking to each other. We're not listening to each other. I think if we want peace here so that no one dies here, no soldier, no civilian. For that, I think the country's political leadership, the Prime Minister of this country, should take the initiative to do something dramatic out here. Think about Mr. Prime Minister Vajpayee's kind of speech about going beyond the beaten track. Kashmiris have made a lot of accommodations. We participated in elections in 2002, 2008, Panchayat elections. Always wanted to give peace a chance so that genuine aspirations are taken care of.
Salman,
the Prime Minister needs to do something.
No, Salman, as I wrap up,
we don't see any more.
Salman, as I wrap up, believe me, the problem is not in Srinagar or in Delhi. The problem is in Rawalpindi, and perhaps we need to get into a real outreach to explain how the problem is in Rawalpindi. Gentlemen, we'll debate this. I'm glad at least on one point we are all together, that whether it's politically risky or not, the Chief Minister should have been there at the wreath laying ceremony. He just should have been there. That's it. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me.